Despite heavy criticism, the online auction for the gun used in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin is back on. George Zimmerman planning to sell the pistol on the United Gun Group website beginning tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern. The creator and owner of that website, Todd Underwood, and his attorney, Kevin Jamison, joins us now. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us on.
No need for an attorney for this conversation, I hope, but everyone is welcome to join. Answer the obvious question. Why are you doing this, allowing George Zimmerman to sell this gun on your site?
You know, that's a great question, and I just want to let you know that this has absolutely nothing to do with George Zimmerman. This decision was made months ago on how we would handle any situation like this. Social media, like Facebook, has decided to start dictating morality to its members, influencing what news sources they read and dictating where their constitutional rights end. Months ago, we decided as an organization that we were going to allow individual liberty, the rule of law, and the Constitution of the United States to speak for itself. That's pretty much all we have to say on the issue. That's where we stand on this and any other issue. As long as it is legal, lawful, we're going to allow our members to dictate their own behavior.
Our mission is to esteem the Second Amendment and provide a safe and secure platform for firearms enthusiasts and law-abiding citizens. Our association with Mr. Zimmerman does not help us achieve that objective. That was from you Thursday. What happened to that view on the situation?
What happened to that view? That was a knee-jerk reaction due to public outcry. When we took a step back and analyzed the situation, compared it to our mission, our vision, and our values, and where we stand with the Constitution and individual liberty, and with the other people involved in the decision-making process, we agreed to go with our original stance and say if it's lawful, legal activity, we're going to allow individuals to make a choice on what they choose to do. That is as far as we're going to go. This is not about George Zimmerman for us. This is about the Second Amendment and standing firm for individual rights as adults to make their own decision.
I hear you about
Threats
that.
didn't help, did it?
What'd you say, Kevin? I couldn't hear you.
The threats didn't help when he had that initial reaction.
All right, but I mean, look, you were being threatened. That's wrong, arguably unlawful. You don't need to be an attorney like Kevin or me to know that, but you're making a different point. You're saying this is about a morality judgment versus what's legal. You know it's legal for you to sell the gun on your site. Nobody's disputing that. It's about whether...
Let me be clear real quick.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. We are not selling the gun. We are allowing another individual to make his own decision on what he wants to do. This has nothing to do with us making a decision. We have a platform, we allow people to use it, and we're going to continue allowing people to use it for lawful legal activity.
Understood.
We are not going to dictate morality to our individuals.
Okay, well then that's the real issue. You're right. It's a fair distinction. You're not selling it. It's an online auction site. You're allowing it to sell a la an eBay for a more discreet purpose. However, don't you make judgments about who's allowed to use the site and under what particular circumstances? Or are you saying anybody could come on and say, I want to sell this cannon to point directly at this person and shoot them in the face? Would you allow that person on the site?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Chris. I said a minute ago, we allow legal, lawful behavior. What you just said is not legal and lawful.
Sure it would be.
So common sense, no, it wouldn't. Not to sit there and threaten somebody.
Doing it would be illegal. But people can say all kinds of things and have all kinds of ugliness surrounding their activities, and that's the point about George Zimmerman, is that the critics...
As long as it's not a threat.
Right.
And what you described as a threat.
Well,
big distinction.
Look, it's a big distinction if it's a legitimate threat. There's no question about that. What I'm saying is there's a huge room here for interpretation and being subjective about who you let on the site. So you're saying that what George Zimmerman represents to a lot of people is irrelevant, even though initially it was relevant, and that's why you put out this statement. Now you're saying it's irrelevant. Am I right?
Well, what we're saying is we had a knee-jerk reaction to an initial onslaught of activity, and it's also important to notate that people are congratulating Gunbroker for quote-unquote doing the right thing and taking it down, and their Gunbroker's trying to say they knew nothing about it. I have proof from Zimmerman that Gunbroker knew about this auction for several weeks.
Gunbroker is the other auction site that he was thinking about using.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Gunbroker told them exactly how to list it. He originally had it listed as a collectible. Gunbroker told him, no, it's a current firearm. You need to relist it as a current firearm, and an FFL is needed to complete this transaction. I have the audio tape from Gunbroker stating this.
Last question.
You guys want a copy
Last
of it, I'll
question.
send it to you.
Last question, and I'll let you go. And I appreciate you coming on to make the case here on New Day, by the way, you and Kevin. Kevin, thank you. Last thing. Do you like what George Zimmerman is doing?
What I like has nothing to do with this. I personally don't think I would do it this way. I personally wish this didn't make national headlines, but the media is turning this into a news story. And hopefully next week we would get back to doing business as usual, and we can start talking about more important issues like which bathroom men and women are supposed to use.
I appreciate you coming on New Day. I know this hasn't been pleasant for you. I know that there's been threatening activity, as your attorney pointed out. Thank you for coming on to talk about it. Certainly something that's got a lot of people thinking.
My mom's a big fan. Thank you very much.
She's a good woman for that. I'll tell you that right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Have a good day. Thank you.